Alright everybody, welcome to the video. This is a deck tech for blue-black control in Holiday Pauper. Got my first Fire Minds research for this deck, so wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to go over what's the pros of the deck, the cons of the deck, and then what the deck is trying to do. So the pro of this deck is that this is a red-white killer. It just eats away at what they are trying to do. So if you're facing a lot of red-white aggro decks, this is the deck for you. So we're going to start off with a 3 of Deadweight, just a solid piece of early interaction. Gets rid of most threats out of the red-white deck, and usually does so at an equal exchange rate, or you actually trade up on mana. So solid piece of removal. Next up, we have Moment of Craving. This little uncommon is a standard all-star, and it does work in Pauper as well. The fact that it's an instant speed lets you sometimes get a 2-for-1 out of your opponent. You can eat a pump spell or an enchantment out of your opponent. So solid piece of removal. The life gain is not irrelevant in this deck. And then, of course, we got Vicious Offering. This does 2 things. This actually serves as Moment of Craving number 4 and 5, and also can sometimes serve as Eviscerate 4 and 5. So on its base, it is exactly Moment of Craving minus the life gain, but the flexibility of being able to give something -5 is really good, especially in a format where you have a lot of Luminous Bonds running around. So you can sometimes get rid of your creature that's been bonded away and turn it into removal. Then, of course, we've got Eviscerate, so just a solid 4-mana destroy target creature, and that's all of the creature removal in the deck. So one thing whenever you're playing cheap removal spells, you need some card draw to get you back into the game, and so we are running 6 card draw spells in the form of Secrets of the Golden City and Notion Rain. So these cards just to refill our hand, and I like Secrets of the Golden City over Divination, even though it's a little bit harder to cast. This deck is designed to go into the late game, so many times we actually get City's Blessing off of just our lands. And the big payoff for Notion Rain is that it digs deep and then gets to work with the all-star creature in our deck, Darkblade Agent. This little creature is some pure gas. I wasn't on it at first until I tried to build around it, and I gotta say, it serves as both a removal spell, a draw spell, and just a solid blocker on the ground. A 2/3 body, takes care of most of the threats out of red-white, avoids shock. And so to capitalize on the Darkblade Agent, we've got Unexplained Disappearance, great way to bounce a creature back to an opponent's hand, trigger Surveil. We can also use it to get rid of our own Luminous Bonds creature. We got Whisper Agent, which often serves as a 3-mana deal 3 damage to an attacking creature that has Surveil. But if it does survive, it is a pretty solid beater. We go with 3 Academy Drakes, just an early blocker to get rid of Rustwing Falcons, Healer's Hawks. And then in the late game for 7 mana, it comes in as a 4/4 beater, which can contend with pretty much anything. Then for our final finishers, we got Watcher in the Mist, just a 2/0. 3/4 flyer, trigger Surveil, just a solid creature. And then finally we end with the bad boy himself, the Cold Water Snapper. 4/5 hexproof, basically reads he is here to tangle. And there's so many times where this Cold Water Snapper just holds off the ground. Then whenever you get into attack, they try to triple block it, quadruple block it, and you can just blow them out with an Unexplained Disappearance or a Moment of Craving. It's just a solid creature. So that's the deck. Couple of spots you can work with. If you're a little bit nervous about Notion Rain costing you so much life, you can up the Vicious Offering to go down to 2 Vicious Offerings and 2 Moment of Cravings. Like I said, I like Vicious Offering as a 3 of, just because it sometimes lets me kill bigger creatures, sometimes lets me kill smaller creatures, and I like that flexibility. If you want to go down Divination for Secrets of the Golden City, you wouldn't be wrong, but like I said, I think that many times in this deck, you're going to be casting Secrets of the Golden City on time or on turn 4, but you really want to cast this after you've gotten rid of all of your removal. So many times it does service as a great draw spell, and the upside of being able to draw 3 here is so good. So that's the pros, that's the way it plays. So what's the cons of the deck? Well, honestly, the deck has only lost 2 matchups. One was to wizards, and then one was just to a bad draw. But the biggest thing with this deck is that if you can't refill your hand and you're trading 1 for 1, you can fall behind pretty quickly. And right now, the matchup that it's weakest against is the blue-black kind of infinite loop your stuff. You do have to get a more aggressive draw where you just kind of beat them down before they can get their engine going, and then finish off the game with Watcher in the Mist, with Cold Water Snapper. So that matchup's about 50-50, but if you're looking for something that can eat red-white aggressive decks, this is the deck that you want to try. So that's the deck tech, guys. Let me know how it does for you, and we will hope to see you soon. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we will talk to you later. Thanks.